My parents want my sister to walk down the aisle at my wedding first, so my husband pretends to go along. He gets them to pay for the most expensive wedding, and their plan is ruined. My sister Rachel was the golden child. She could do no wrong while I couldn't do anything right. When she broke something, I got blamed. When I achieved something, focus shifted to her. For my 16th birthday, I wanted a small party. My parents said we couldn't afford it. 2 months later, Rachel got a massive sweet 16 with a DJ because it's a milestone birthday. When I graduated high school with honors, my parents spent the ceremony talking about Rachel's college plans. I'd earned a scholarship, but they said I should work instead. Rachel went to expensive private college while I went to community college and worked nights. My parents paid her everything. I paid for everything myself. At university, I met James. He came from a normal family where parents celebrated their kids equally. He was shocked by my childhood stories. James gets creative when someone treats people unfairly. He calls it natural consequences education instead of revenge. After we got engaged, my parents insisted on meeting James. They questioned his job and family. Rachel made snide comments about my rushed engagement. Then my mom dropped the bomb. We'd love to pay for your wedding, but we have one request. I should have known there was a catch. Rachel should walk down the aisle first in a wedding dress so she can experience being the older sister. You know how hard it's been for her? I was speechless. Rachel was beaming. James smiled. That's so thoughtful. She must feel terrible being left out. I stared at him. He was agreeing to this? If we're surprising the bride, we should keep this between us. You know how much she hates conflict. My parents loved this. They thought James was the perfect pushover. What they didn't know was James immediately started planning their downfall. Over the next months, James played the role perfectly. He'd call my mom asking for advice and mentioning our tight budget. Then he'd casually bring Rachel to vendor meetings. At the catering tasting, we'd planned to choose basic chicken, but James booked it right after Rachel's lunch break. She showed up cranky and hungry. This chicken is so dry, Rachel complained. My friend's wedding had filet mignon. You can't serve this garbage. James looked worried. We just can't afford the premium menu. Mom, you can't let them serve this. People will think our family is cheap. Within an hour, my parents upgraded us to the most expensive catering package. James pulled the same trick with flowers, photography, and venue. Every time, Rachel demanded the best and my parents paid for upgrades. The dress shopping was funniest. My mom picked out the ugliest yellow dress with puffy sleeves at a discount store. This is perfect, she said, simple and understated. Meanwhile, Rachel spent $3,000 of my parents' money on a designer gown for her walking dress. 3 days before the wedding, James revealed his plan. He'd hired professional security and given them a specific guest list with photos. What if someone tries to crash? I asked innocently. Don't worry, I've handled everything. Wedding morning, my parents confirmed the plan. Rachel would arrive 30 minutes early in her dress and walk down first. Then I'd follow for the real ceremony. What they didn't know was Rachel's name wasn't on the security list. The wedding started perfectly. Our guests were seated having cocktails. The photographer was James's friend who knew the story and was documenting everything. Then Rachel arrived. She stepped out of her Uber in a massive white ball gown with cathedral train. She looked ridiculous for a garden wedding but was living her fantasy. She marched to the entrance where security guard Mike was checking names. I'm the bride's sister, Rachel announced. I'm walking down the aisle first. Mike checked his list. Sorry, I don't see your name here. This is ridiculous. I'm family. Rachel started yelling and demanding the manager. Guests gathered to watch. My parents rushed over screaming at Mike, calling him incompetent and threatening to fire him. I just follow the list, Mike said calmly. If you want to speak to who hired me, he's right there. He pointed to James in his tuxedo, looking innocent. My dad stormed over. You said Rachel could walk first? I never said that, James replied. I said it was thoughtful to include her. I never agreed to do it. But you said, I said she hates conflict, so if something unexpected happened, she probably wouldn't make a scene. I was right about the conflict part. Rachel was having a complete meltdown, crying and screaming at the entrance. The music started for the real ceremony. My parents had to choose between missing my wedding or abandoning Rachel. They chose Rachel, of course. I walked down the aisle with my uncle while Ray